everybody. Welcome to your daily AI news.
And we are live. And I'm unmuted. Now I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Glad to be here once more.
Yeah. Well, here we are again to bring you your news, and we're going to actually try to, as we always do, demystify what's out there and see if we can untangle all of the different information. So we've got some good stuff to talk about today, both Rick and I.
Yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, share if you can, and leave a comment, questions.
Yes.
Participate.
And so I guess we'll go ahead and dive right on in here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. The first story that we wanted to talk about is this is kind of interesting because, and I wasn't really aware of this, but apparently Bitcoin and the transactions that happen there take up quite a bit of energy. And we've been talking about energy concerns around AI. Well, now the two are actually starting to fight each other for resources. So by the end of 2025, AI workloads may surpass Bitcoin mining and electricity use. Already, AI accounts for 20% of data center energy, heightening the global conversation on sustainable AI infrastructure. And that's a piece that you can look up there on Router's news source.
Yeah, I do feel like this is a topic that always going to be there, the energy aspect. And we talked about this before. Sometimes I try to understand like why they approach this in a doomsday manner instead of more encouragement to better technologies in electro energy generation, right? And I'm looking here to the side, guys, because I'm checking out the live. There's a little bit of delay, but it seems to be there. There you go. Yeah. It's always this kind of doomsday sense, the news.
Yeah, and I don't, yeah, sure, bad news sells, right? Good news doesn't a lot. Yeah, I have to admit a lot of ignorance when it comes to Bitcoin. I don't really know much beyond that there's a limited amount of it that's artificially set and that computers kind of run it and nobody, quote unquote, controls it. So it's a pretty mysterious thing to me. So it'll be interesting to see where that leads. So let's see. What's our next topic here? We got Sora versus...
So let's go Sora versus Flow. And let's see which one is able to generate something better. So, like I talked with you guys I believe I talked, it was on the first week, I believe, the first, second week. I talked about StarCraft, right? And how much I enjoyed the game and that I'm even writing on it. So I tried to generate something related to that game, but I do not think, or at least I have not used properly maybe Sora nor Flow because they do not have reference. I think neither one has. So let's take a look on the tool. Let me go with Sora first, and I'm gonna share with you guys the prompt and what I was trying to create, right? So something that it's going viral. It's the famous selfies, where they're creating like selfies from Bigfoot, and he's telling stories. So I tried to create a selfie with a Marine from StarCraft. So I create the script, the prompt, on with ChatGPT. I improved with ChatGPT. I kind of create a little bit of the prompt, and then I improved with ChatGPT. Let me see if I can read the prompt here. Why is it not? Seems like maybe I can't, or maybe I can. There you go. So a short selfie style video of a StarCraft Marine during a break from intense battle with Zergs. The Marine is holding the camera with one armored hand, breathing heavily, visibly sweaty and covered in dirt and blood stains. His helmet opens, so whoever plays StarCraft kind of know how the helmet of the Marines work on there on the game. In the background, faint explosions and Zerg screeches echo through a smoky battlefield. I the reason I had because Sora does not have audio on the videos, and the reason I had this is because the same script, the same prompt, I'm mixing up those two, even though they're pretty similar. The same prompt that I used here, I also used on Flow, so that's why I have the sound elements here. So then glances over its shoulder as a loud roar sounds at a distance. Dust particles floats in the light. The atmosphere is raw, tense, and immersive, with cinematic war zone, realism, and subtle camera shakes. Okay, whoops, that was not the intention, but I created another one there. So what we have here, it's not bad at all. It's not excellent, but it's pretty good. Like for a video creation, it's pretty decent quality, right? It does not have any speech, even though Sora itself does not have speech. The other ones they kind of show the guy trying to speak. We're gonna get to that. So this one, same thing, right? So good quality, not bad at all, but for some reason the guy is smiling. I don't know why. So those came out weird, kind of weird. It's
Hey.
like it's like so you have you kind of can see they try to make the Zergs in the back there, and but the way it opens his helmet, it's kind of weird, not too crazy. It's like Iron Man, I guess, style. So, but the realism is impressive, right? So the realism is pretty good.
This is all in Sora then?
Yeah. So this is all in Sora.
And you said the limitation is that Sora doesn't have audio?
Exactly. So it does not have the audio and the
And that's compared to Flow.
and
right?
that exactly. Does it? Am I? Let me see one thing. Yeah, I don't think have any audio because I'm saying does not have audio, but I'm thinking about the speech.
I like how his armor looks like it's from like, you know, 100 years in the future, and his camera looks like it's from 1970.
Good view, good observation. Very good observation. So yeah, so the armor kind of gets closer to the StarCraft armor in this one, but yeah, like you said, the camera is like a. Look at this one. This is like a GoPro from I don't know exaggerated lenses or something. And this one came not at all close to the what I was looking for. It gave me the Marine, but not the StarCraft Marine.
Okay.
And here it tried to give the speech, but it does not have any words on it. I added a few things, but it's still like the StarCraft Marine. Yeah. So this, like I said, like the realism is
Yeah, it's
excellent,
pretty-
right?
And that was all off that one little prompt that you gave it?
Exactly. So here's the prompt. So it's like this that. Oh, okay. So in this prompt, I went more specific. We are working hard to make things happen. Make sure to like and subscribe. So I added that, and I got this speech on the flow. So that's gonna be interesting. On the flow, we're gonna be able to hear the person talking.
Okay.
You are not able to hear anything there, are you, Noah? From
no,
this
but
media?
there's actually. Yeah. Okay. No.
Right? So okay, so now I'm gonna change the screen. This one, same thing, pretty similar, but you kind of got the concept, but I don't think I have the reference since I don't have the RF. Excuse me, since I don't have the reference from StarCraft, then it's just use a Marine. This is pretty cool, not that bad. Right, not that bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though maybe the facial expressions aren't appropriate or what you were thinking, it's the facial stuff looks pretty amazing.
Yeah. So
Is there a consensus on a leader right now on AI generative stuff? Like, where does Sora stand next to?
what do you mean exactly?
Um, I don't know, like a front runner, like a go-to. Does is there one of these tools, whether it's Flow, Sora, or anything else that's out there? I guess Midjourney's one that I've heard thrown around quite a bit, but I don't know if that falls in the same category or not.
Which category? Video? Yeah, they're
Creating
they're
videos
image
from
video
prompts.
generators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midjourney more of a image generator. So Midjourney is very good for reference.
So it's
Yeah.
not video, Midjourney, is it?
No, Midjourney is it's image generator.
Okay.
Um, do they have video? I'm not sure. I can check it out. Not that I remember though, but they are very very good because people often use.
And DaVinci's one too, right?
No, DaVinci is different. So DaVinci is just a
Okay.
video editor.
Okay.
So let me share with Sora. Let's see. Not Sora. I just shared Sora. Let's share Flow. So Flow, I did got it's very cool the results.
So we're looking at Flow right now.
Yeah. So right there we have Flow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. I really enjoyed. So a short selfie style video of a StarCraft Marine during a break from intense battlefield, pretty much the same. And he smirks tiredly and says, "We are working hard to make things happen." In this one here, I do not have the make sure to like and subscribe, which I'm gonna have in the next one. But this is pretty good. So just double check for me, Noah, if you are able to hear it.
Yeah, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. So is the sound decent? Is it good?
It's good.
All right. So listen to this one. This is pretty good.
We are working hard to make things happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Impressive.
So not bad, right? 8 seconds. The disadvantage here, two things. One is that even though I have the Pro, I still have their logo here. So that I think it's kind of, I have not figured out, but I have not looked at it.
How did you get the Pro? Was that did you have to pay for that, or was that more of a
Yes, so
trial?
they had that offer, which is $20 per month,
Oh,
and the first month for free. Because for some reason, I was not able to access with another account that I have. So I just got it because it seems I really enjoy the way this is going.
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna share, even though they had a very good progress, there is one disadvantage that I want to share with you guys. So here we have the other one.
We are working hard to make things happen.
British accent.
Yeah. So this one, it was not so much
Yeah,
what I
okay.
wanted from the prompt, because you see, the camera stays there. It's like he's holding the camera first, but then the camera hangs in there and he goes away.
I see.
But the clothes are pretty good, so it's pretty.
Like, what's the experience like if you wanted to make changes to that? You just throw more prompts at it, or do you have other tools to edit?
So I did not see a way to edit the already
Oh, we just have
generated
to-
video.
You have to redo it completely.
Exactly.
Okay.
We are
Interesting.
working hard.
So this one's right here. I believe I added the make sure to like and subscribe.
We are working hard to make things happen.
And this is pretty good. So this came out more the way I was thinking about,
We are working hard.
which is kind of the selfie.
We are working hard to make things happen. We are working hard to make things
And he's walking.
We are working hard to make
They
things
try to make
Yeah.
some
That's cool.
things, right?
Yeah.
So this one here, let me
happen.
do this and this one here.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
It came with the we are working hard to make things happen. So there is one thing that I thought was very impressive in this one right here. So first, what I
Hard to make things happen.
they say that if in the prompt you do not have quote marks on the, and it worked most of the time, it worked. If you do not have quote marks on what he's talking, then you do not get the subtitles. But here, even without the quotes, I got the subtitles. So, but they're improving on that. Like, it's not a big deal. But there is one thing here that I thought was very impressive, and that, let me show you guys this.
Like and subscribe.
Was this? I don't know if you're able to see it, this subtle move that he turns,
Uh,
and once the explosion happens in the back, he looks at the explosion. You see?
yeah,
So that was very impressive. I
Yeah.
felt that was
interesting.
Working hard
right.
to make things happen.
Boom. So I
And that
felt
was all on its own, huh?
We are working hard to make things happen.
so I
Make
felt
sure
that was
to
very
like
impressive.
and subscribe.
And that's it basically. Like most of them are just variations.
We are working hard to make
Actually,
things
this
happen.
is something
And
that
make sure to like and subscribe.
was not there yet. So for example,
We
the
are working
flow,
hard to make things
they have the option for me to add, to expand, right? So if I just want to extend the video, and I'm gonna type here, what do I want it to happen? But here's the thing, right? I cannot expand with the VO3 fast text to video. If I do that, so ask culture, what can I add here, Noah, as a good example?
What are we trying to accomplish?
Put his helmet back,
Back on.
saying let's go. So here's what happens, right? I want a one output, and I am not able to expand with the VO3. I have to expand with VO2. And what's the issue here? Is that the VO2 does not have the voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does not have the voice. So that was something. But hey, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the VO3 fast and VO3 quality, because this is it's recently, it's pretty new. It wasn't there in the beginning, I believe. But I'm gonna expand on that, because basically what that meant was that it's more affordable and you can generate more with less resources. So that's pretty good. And it's just like first experience, let's put it like this. So early experience. Yeah.
Have you tried? Do you have to type your prompts in, or can you actually speak to it?
Let me take a look. No, it seems like I do need to type. Here, let me go back to that screen there and show everyone. So I'm on flow. So okay, so dismiss. So new project. Yeah, no, I still have to type. I have the options here for outputs. Let me see the VO3 quality. 100 credits. Whoa. 10 credits. All right. Yeah, that was basically it. And I'm gonna go back today. I'm gonna go back to this, some of the information that they are working on, and expand a little bit more on the VO3 credits and what's good, what's not that good about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So hey, we went black on the. There we are.
Okay. Let's see. What else we got here for you in the news? Looks like. Let's share my screen here. Let's do that. Yeah, cool. OpenAI has struck a cloud deal with Google. OpenAI has quietly added Google Cloud to its roster, joining Microsoft, Oracle, and CoreWeave for AI compute power. This unexpected pivot signals rising demand and a strategic relationship between AI rivals. Yeah, it's real interesting to see like what they choose to go into business on, and like what they get into fights over. It's really trippy to see this stuff unfold. I don't know, where that all lead, but as we get to the end of our presentation of the different entities here, we'll kind of give you a summary of at least some of the predictions. But that's an interesting one to see Google and OpenAI working together.
Yeah. Let me see. think I have more things here. Just let me have follow the order. Yeah. So Google credits. Um, to manage your AI credits with Google. So this is something that I thought was kind of an disadvantage. It's the way we manage our credits. I do think that they should have an easier way to expose that, right? So like it's not that hard to have like just a number in the top of the screen so you know how many credits you can use, like how is it flowing. I do feel like that would make a difference. So every month.
Is this primarily when you're generating video? Or
Exactly. So
Okay.
here, let me give you, I can show you that and give you the example. So for example, every month, Google AI Pro members get 1,000 AI credits, while Google AI Ultra members get 12,500 AI credits refresh at the start of every billing cycle. So let me go
Is-
back.
And is that typical across the board for other AI providers as well? Like, I mean, does ChatGPT sell credits the same way? For example?
There are variations.
Oh.
That's kind of the way they were working with, but the good thing and the very good thing is that as it advances, it kind of those who have the means, they remove that credit structure. So I feel like that is excellent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like if you're a movie studio, you're just going to say, look, I'm paying you this much per year kind of a thing for
What-
full access.
Yeah. So here, let me show you. Let me give you the example here. So I'm on Flow. So if I go for VO2 Fast, I use only 10 credits. Let me see if you guys can see there. Can you see it on the screen? Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
So 10 credits. If I go to VO3 Fast, VO2 Fast, VO3 Fast, 20 credits. If I go to VO2 Quality, 100 credits. And if I go to VO3 Credit, also 100 credits. So this is like 10 times cheaper if you go to the
Yeah.
right 5 times cheaper if you go to the VO3 Fast instead of the VO2 Fast.
Hmm.
So this is kind of the arrangement. Often this is how they were working, but what I realize is that, so for example, Sora is not that I actually I didn't realize if Sora, let me even see here. I don't remember if Sora is on that structure of credits. Yeah, I don't even remember if they do. I need to use more of those. I have those tools, but I have not been used in as much as I should. Um, but my point here would be that it should have a simpler way just to show you how's your credits going and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree.
not sure, right? Not sure if that's part of their strategy too.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I
Do you
use-
happen to know, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
I could see one of the workflows being, let's say you got a screenplay and you kind of just want to storyboard it. You'd use the cheap 10 credit, low quality, fast one. But let's say you generate a bunch of video clips there and then you like what everything is set up. Do you know if you can then upgrade what you've created to the high quality, or do you got to start over from scratch with the high quality?
So that's cool, right? So there are some tools, and Midjourney is one of them. But Midjourney, I remember I watched that was for image. So there are some tools that they work precisely with that. It's an enhancement of quality. And DaVinci Resolve has the quality improvement. It's much better. I believe I shared Pixelmator Pro, also for images. Even though Pixelmator Pro accepts editing videos, I don't remember if they do have enhanced quality for videos.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you do have like AIs that bring specifically this concept of enhancement of quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Sora or Flow has that capability. I know that that's one difference between the VO3 high quality and VO3 fast, is that the high quality is exactly that. It's more improved quality over the VO3 fast.
I did some, I forget what I was working on, but I did some stuff with Meta AI, and I wasn't even looking for videos. I was just looking for images, and it just started creating videos for
Huh.
free.
Meta, you said?
Yeah, like, and I'm like, whoa, okay, interesting.
Huh.
And it really, it was like a series of images, but I mean, it played out as a video, and it did it multiple times. One other thing I've noticed about Meta that seems to be different than other AI tools when creating images, it's got a regular sort of habit of giving you a choice between like 4 different images, like when you and which I think is pretty awesome, really.
Exactly.
Because you could sit there for a long time as these things generate different variations. So to have it automatically crank out 4, I think is a pretty slick methodology.
Yeah, and that's another aspect, right? So if you are under the credit kind of arrangement, then it's tricky because both Flow and Sora, you can create multiples as well. So you can create 2, you can create 4.
Hmm.
Therefore, we need to remember that once you're, I don't remember if the example you gave, they are under the credit structure. But if you are generating 4, you are using 4 times more credit. If you're generating 2, you are using 2 times more credit. So we need to remember that. What else do we have here? That was the main point I did want to point. It's the credit structure, and man, why don't we have that credit clearly shown to us? Are low, you don't have enough AI credits to complete requests, you are out of AI credit. You can find your total remaining AI credits and AI credit activity through Whisk and Flow. Yeah, so this is good. At least you will be notified.
We should do little contests here where we throw out to the audience, hey, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to create A, B, and C video with, like, if there's any kind of like 1 month free or whatever for some of these tools. That'd be fun to do. See what people come back with.
Yeah, that could be an option. And I want to share as well the Whisk. This is, I just heard recently about Whisk. Animate up to, so number of videos offered, AI credit industry. Yeah, so it's low credit. So Whisk, I'm just gonna share with you guys this one more. And let me see here. Whisk. Boom. There you go. So this is very interesting. It's more of their idea. And this is one thing about Google, right? So Noah like asked me, hey, so is Flow part of Gemini? So yeah, so they are all under the same umbrella, same company, Google. But the thing is that they have so many things that I don't really know how they are connected, right? Like, and we know they belong to Google, but I don't know exactly. Like sometimes I get lost trying to to do something.
Yeah.
That I say, oh, what's going on?
Not to get sidetracked, but I was actually speaking with a financial advisor, and that's a real concern within Google itself because they're kind of, there's a lawsuit for antitrust on their browser and their Chrome stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they may, kind of like AT&T, they may have to sell some of the businesses off. Well, the problem is that in a lot of cases those tools are so interconnected that breaking them off into separate businesses could be real disruptive to functionality and development.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think Flow works on the Safari. If I try to open Flow in
Interesting.
Safari, I don't think it works. I
Huh.
think it needs to be on
Chrome.
here. Let me try. No, it does. My bad. Yeah.
I lied.
Oh, yeah.
Strike that from the
made a
record.
mistake. So no, it's because I don't know what happened. Like, that's okay. That's cool. Okay, so no, that's what happened. If I go just straight to Flow, it does not kind of give me the option to. Here, I can even try to share this. but Safari is not that friendly for sharing. Here, let me do this. Let me see if it works. Let me do it differently. Boom, boom. Let me show you guys the Chrome tab, window. There you go. So share. So here's what I get, right? So best experience, there it is. So best experience on desktop Chromium browsers. Flow is currently best, so on and so forth. But I cannot go to the function, or at least, oh, here it is, my credits. I was just complaining about. So maybe I have to go through here then. Search library. And so you see, like, it's not that intuitive to create. I can search my library.
So you have a batch of characters you can choose from? Is that how that works?
No, is so this, but that, and that's a very good question. This is just the famous text to video prompt.
Okay.
So it's just through text, and then I go to video.
So whatever you texted into it, that's how the characters are generated?
They're generated, yes. So
And if you don't have details there, it just makes some decisions for you?
exactly,
Okay.
like there are some options to. They have this thing named negative prompt. If you want something not to be there, you can do that. So these are all on the prompt creation. So if you guys see here, now I'm able to generate something. What I had to do it was to copy the link on Chrome, and paste here on Safari. So like they make it hard. And I think there was a news that they were planning to sell Chrome, but I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. So let me get back.
Yeah, well, I think they're
here.
going to be forced to sell Chrome.
Yeah, like there was an interview, I think was before their keynote, that the CEO talked about it. But I don't remember the precise decision there. So here, let me see if I go back to the Whisk. So the Whisk here, the point you asked, Noah. So this is precisely the. Here, let me see if we can see the. There you go. So this is precisely what you asked, right? So this one works exactly the way you said. So this one is to remove a little bit of the prompt and have image of the subject, scene, and style. And then you have a combination of them. One thing that they tells us over here is that it will not be precise. It will be kind of it will merge those three, and this is kind of the best example, right? But it's not too much of a precision of character or environment.
Yeah.
It's more of a style.
It's actually a neat way to describe it, the way they did there visually.
Yeah. So Whisk experiment.
And what is Whisk part of is what?
Google.
It is Google.
Exactly. So it's part of Google. And if you have the pro version for
And this
Gemini?
is where the complexity comes in, right? Because you got Whisk and you also have Google Flow. Do I have that right?
You got that right. And
Okay.
you have Google Flow, and you have Google VO, and you have the Imagine 4. So you start piling
Yeah,
up
right.
those things. But hey, they have the means.
Starting to seem like the Adobe suite of products.
It does. Yes, it does. Yes,
which
does.
one do I pick? You got 10 that do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing here, the very good thing is that with good leadership, you
Sorry,
have those
Adobe.
different teams working on those different projects. You can merge the best of them, right? So, for example, Midjourney so Midjourney has the, I forgot the name, it's the image comparison,
Mm-hmm.
and they styles and also style, so on and so forth, which is basically this, right? You can have this. So I think a better way to put it is that Midjourney, you can do something very similar to this.
Yeah.
You can upload a subject and you can create according similar to that subject. Same thing with scene, same thing with style. So my point with the good leadership, good management, is that you can extract the best of those. And to give a specific example, is once you are able to use a subject or scene or style and upload on Flow, or not Flow necessarily, but on VO3 or VO2.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? So,
Yeah, right.
right? So once you upload that style or the scene or the subject, and you have all the good things that you have on VO3, which is the conversation, the sound effects, so on and so forth,
Yeah.
then that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that would be a cool thing to do maybe on one of the shows, is from start to finish, the workflow. Just show it, with maybe a simplified example.
Yeah.
I've had some cases that are interesting where, like, I've used Chat GPT to generate an image, and then for whatever reason it threw maybe some text down there, and I'm like, hey, can you remove the text? And it has struggles with it. And I've pulled the image into Meta and said the same thing, remove the text, and it did it great. So like and I'm sure there's things that Meta doesn't do well that Chat GPT, which I think uses dAiLy, does. So sometimes you just go back and forth. If you keep running into a wall, you just try something different.
Yeah, no, but the progress is pretty, like, it's hard not to see the progress, right? Sometimes we need to also be aware of that mindset of it can always be better, but also to enjoy what it is at the moment as well, in a sense, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But yes, like what you said is like precisely that. But once the other tags start adding this, what I mean by that is simply like Sora having sound effects and voiceover, and I eventually want to see Grok doing the same. Then that's where things speed up, and this is amazing. Like, the stage that we are is pretty nice. It's pretty cool,
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
right?
Definitely fun to play with.
Yeah. So, for example, just to give an example here, creating with Whisk is simple. So bring in visual elements for Whisk to analyze and combine. Drag and drop an image, upload it from a folder. You can also create a simple reference from a text prompt, or have us seed a couple ideas by selecting Inspire Me, or using the roll the dice features, right? Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna try this one a little later today. I have not tried I have not tried this one, but I surely will. Whisk. So this is pretty cool, like pretty recent as well. So yeah, they are experimenting with this reference, let's call it like this. So subject reference, scene reference, or style reference. I'm excited to try this one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and let's share my screen here. So there's some news out here from actually from Ground News. Europe's AI compute crunch to ease. So once again, we got Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, who's announced at VivaTech that Europe will resolve its AI infrastructure shortage soon, with plans for 20 new data centers and major GPU gigafactories, including Mistral AI's deployment of 18,000 Blackwell GPUs. Now each one of those GPUs is ridiculously expensive. Europe's aiming for 10 times capacity.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And speaking with a financial guy, just the sheer amount of investment that's scaling all the way up to nuclear power plants is crazy. What's going on? Yeah, pretty wild stuff. Let's see. What do we got next there, Rick? I think you're up.
All right, so I have one more. Let's see. And oops, now you can hear me. I think even if my mic is off, you guys can hear me because it picks up the other mic.
I can hear you fine.
Right? All right, so the next one. This is an interesting one. So they did have, before I share this, so they did have the WWDC 2025, Apple WWDC 2025. And I don't know if any of you guys watched that. but they announced something that is Apple announced their own brand new Windows Vista here. Don't know if you guys seen that. So let's see.
Should be up
Sharing
there,
the
yeah.
screen. You can put the full screen there. I removed the sound because they have a music and maybe we might get in trouble. So basically, there you go. Yeah. So this is Apple brand new Windows Vista.
Wow.
So that's the joke here. So basically, what happened is that uh, Apple brought this kind of 2026 idea of, we're gonna bring this completely renewed uh, user interface, and they bring the concept, this concept that is from Windows Vista 2007. Which is kind of just a glassy, even though it's pretty cool on Windows. I think this is pretty good, pretty cool. But I was expecting Apple to be Apple. Let's put it like this, right?
So this
So-
is to entice PC users to
No,
use
it's
their
like
browser?
not really. I feel like we can get it. It's just a couple more seconds. It's just kind of they lost their creative force. That's what I see. Like one that was kind of the creative driving force on the user interface was Forced Sal, if I pronouncing his name correctly. Let me double check here. Forced Sal. Yeah, Scott Forstall. Forstall. That's an interesting pronunciation. So he was kind of the creative head of the user interface, which was pretty amazing. They had their own thing. Windows had their own thing. Now I feel like Apple is just kind of trying to imitate anyone, and they bring as big news. I don't know if people see it like that. I feel like it's just a lack of that creative force.
Hmm.
And keeping on Apple, there was nothing too crazy, like nothing too amazing on the WWDC 25. If anyone saw anything interesting, just let me know. For the things that I watched, they seem pretty just concepts that was always there. Um, and still on the topic and bring Apple into the aspect of AI, it seems like they are kind of I don't know how to put this, but let me share the information and you guys tell me what do you guys think. Which one should I go first? So let me go first with this recent one that they shared. Not that one. Let me share another one, but I'm gonna share that one right after. Manage. There you go. So here. So this is on the Apple website. If you want to leave it, you can put it full screen. So this is on the Apple website. The illusion of thinking, understanding the strengths and limitations of reasoning models via the lens of problem complexity. So this is a paper by Apple on June 2025, and I'm gonna do a quick change of screen here, guys. Don't mind, it might be black there right now, but don't worry about that. The illusion. Here you go. There you go. Let's see if it get back. Hang with me. There it is. So this is kind of the paper, right? Apple abstract. So definitely not going through this paper. There are some YouTubers that I watched that he went through this paper here, but basically it's very negative. It's just like something very negative towards AI, how AI is not working, how it breaks down, how it fails, so on and so forth. It's very, very negative about it. And what's been happening basically is that people realize, obviously, that Apple failed on the developing AI good technology. So Apple failed that. This is clear for everyone, right? And what happened is that they bring this like right after their lack of success. So people are very sharp and you don't even need to be sharp, but with a little bit of understanding, you see what's going on, right? And here, let me share another one,
Any
which
dummy
is
can figure this out.
huh?
Any dummy can figure this out.
Right? So like you don't even need Apple for Dummies or something like that, right? Like this is pretty right there. And I'm gonna share the other one, which is how they're. I don't know if that's a strategy, if it's just like trying to cover up what they were not being to achieve. But then, if I go to this other news right here, I have just a second. So many windows.
So little time.
Manage our AI credit. Explaining. I think what happened here is because I have another tab for the Chrome, and it's opening every window from that tab. So okay, but I'm looking for it, and I'm gonna show you guys. Here it is. All right, so here it is. Let me see if we can see that. Boom. So here's the contradiction, right? Explaining how AI is a key part of Apple's $500 billion US investment plan. So they have this $500 billion investment plan. And I was checking, I thought this was after that, but that was actually before. So that was March 6th. So it seems like even though they are either with intention or they are aiming to invest this, but they are kind of on that, what I understood is basically that, okay, so they try to guide their resources, manpower, and money to AI, but they were not able to develop anything interesting as many other companies are developing. And then they do that attack, right? So that was basically the rant on the aspect of Apple and AI. And not only that, but they had the WWDC 2025. Yeah. So that's what I got for you guys. So
Alright.
this is a interesting topic. I need to try those tools. I got the Flow, I got the Sora, I got the Mid Journey. Now I need the time to work on those things.
Yeah,
And I'm excited, man.
it's cool stuff.
Yeah. Mid Journey is one that I consider bringing today because they had the Mid Journey 7. Eventually gonna work with those tools.
Bring that in. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. This is kind of an interesting one. OpenAI, Google, and XAI battle for superstar AI talent, and they're shelling out millions of dollars to do it. There's a limited number of, I guess, superstars on the AI side. The contest in Silicon Valley to dominate artificial intelligence is playing out on a new court. Superstar researchers, they're calling these folks. While the scramble to attract top talent and keep them happy has always been a hallmark of the tech industry, since ChatGPT launched in late 2022, recruiting has escalated to professional athlete levels. A dozen people who have been involved in recruiting AI researchers told Routers. Yeah, I mean, these are multi-million-dollar offers that are being thrown out to these folks. So it truly is a crazy revolution going on here. Pretty interesting stuff. And that comes to us from Routers if you want to read a little bit more about that. And let's see, next on our list here, we got about 10 minutes. Let's take a peek at what's going on here. We've got NVIDIA and Perplexity forge European AI alliance. NVIDIA and Perplexity have joined forces to build localized sovereign AI models across Europe, leveraging DGX Cloud, Lepiton partnerships, and H Company, and a hugging face to meet demand for region-specific services. So there does seem to be a lot of movement sort of going on right now in Europe. Let's go ahead and just to multicam here. I've got a bit of a summary of, you know, some of the stuff that I covered, at least. Has some real deep things that I don't know a whole lot about, and I'm sure our users are probably equally, some of them, as baffled by. But what it means for us, you know, AI's sky-high energy usage calls for smarter sustainability efforts, and I think that speaks to what you were talking about, Rick, where, you know, this can be seen as negative, but it's also pushing for positive developments to increase our capacity and update our energy production methods to meet demand. Let's see what also this means for you. OpenAI's Google Pact shows no single provider dominates the AI compute space. Europe's closing the AI gap, raising opportunities for developers and businesses. And getting AI talent hinges not just on pay, but on hardware readiness. And the rise of AI sovereignty means smarter, more compliant systems for multilingual users. I thought this was an interesting insight, too, regarding NVIDIA's role as the kingpin of AI chips. NVIDIA doesn't make AI services like ChatGPT or Grok. It makes the hardware everyone depends upon. So whether you're an OpenAI, a Meta, or xAI, which is Elon Musk there, Google, Amazon, or Anthropic, you're all buying NVIDIA GPUs. And in this AI boom, NVIDIA is neutral but essential, like a seller of pickaxes during a gold rush, really. And there really isn't a lot of other folks out in the space competing with them. And then also in the headlines has been Elon Musk's position. Musk's company xAI is trying to compete directly with OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google with tools like Grok. He's buying up NVIDIA chips like everyone else, but also publicly criticizes OpenAI, its governance, and its Microsoft entanglements. He's even suggested building his own GPU infrastructure in-house to reduce reliance on NVIDIA, but that's aspirational for now. That's a lot of stuff there to cover in 1 hour's amount of time. That might be one of the more denser episodes that we've done, I think. So
Yeah, man, there's always going to be more. I feel like every week there's something new, and I'm excited for the video generators. Those are pretty interesting. Also, we did not cover here, DaVinci Resolve also brought some really nice tools.
do they have is there a separate name for those tools, or are they just built within Resolve itself?
No, they're within Resolve itself.
Yeah.
Some of them are just improvements, but excellent improvements. It's not just regular improvements. They're very, very good improvements.
Okay, groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like eventually I might bring back like DaVinci Resolve. Their progress is pretty good.
Can our audience play around with the free version and experience some of that, or is that all in the paid version of DaVinci?
No, some of them, I don't remember precisely which one, but some of them are in the free version as well. What was it? It was something related to music or voice. I don't remember. But some of those AI tools, they are on the free version. And I encourage whoever wants to edit on DaVinci. I kind of, since I had the Premiere, it took me a while, but after I got into DaVinci Resolve now that I'm learning more and more, I don't plan to return to Premiere. Like Premiere is too, I don't know, like there are too many things going on there, and one of the big ones is the yearly subscription. That one, and they have, it's like we just talked about Google, right? They have so many things that sometimes it's really hard to find a simple thing. But I'm glad I'm working with DaVinci. I'm very, very satisfied with their DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, I've only played with it a little bit, and it's neat. It seems like everything under one roof. We were making jokes a little bit about Adobe, But part of the issue there is you just have so many different products. Where DaVinci's kind of a very different experience, where it seems like everything's kind of housed under one interface.
Exactly.
And real easy and logical to sort through.
Yeah, very concise. So it's right there. So just
So you guys out there in internet world, you need to get out there and play around. They have a free version that's really powerful.
yeah,
So
free version already is very
get
it's-
creative with it and show us the results. And the more I think about it, the more I want to do contests here where you guys get, we have a competition and the winner gets, I don't know what yet, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, those contests are cool. That's a cool idea.
Excellent.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, also another thing that we're doing too is creating post live event blog recaps. So for these episodes, especially I think for this one, will probably be valuable just because there's so much ground that we covered. If you go to renegadechronicles.com in the blog section, in the next couple of days, we'll have a blog for this one. In our previous episode, there's a blog created for that as well. And so please like and subscribe and email us at yourdailyainews.com if you have any questions or comments.
Yeah, we are testing as well to stream on Twitch. So if you guys know someone who does not like YouTube and wanna go to Twitch,
Yeah, but try to convince them to go to YouTube because we like those numbers.
that is true. That is true.
That's the one downside. If you have two different roads, the counters get, the odometer gets skewed. Awesome. Well, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah. Hey, that is a wrap.
Okay.
That was a really nice day. Once
Yeah,
more.
go out and enjoy the weather.
See you all next week.
Okay.